Hello everyone, thanks again for joining us for another segment of Church Car Karaoke. And just like always, we have some more special guests with us. We have Representative Robert Williams and his wife, Sister Janice Ham Williams. So we're getting ready to have a great discussion. Y'all wave to the camera.
Hey everybody.
We're going to have a great discussion. Hang tight. You ready?
Yep.
Ready?
You ready?
Wifey, you ready?
Ready.
And I have my wife with me on this one again. So this is going to be a great couples 2-on-2 talk.
All right.
All right.
All right.
Here we go. So, Representative Williams, Ms. Williams, we're going to basically talk about your upbringing. I'll let you guys decide who wants to go first.
Ladies first.
Ladies first. Tell us a little bit about yourself.
Well,
Where you're from, your career, anything that you want to share with us.
Okay. I am originally from Darlington,
Okay.
raised in a holy house.
Uh-huh.
My daddy was a preacher, pastor, bishop, Robert Lee Ham.
Right.
There was no other way but holiness in that house. Anyway, I can tell you, I want to discuss what I did outside the house.
There you go.
But right now,
We'll do that off camera.
I need to know.
I see that. He's like, wait, I didn't hear about that.
exactly.
I'm glad you asked.
Oh, God.
We done got her in trouble already.
I'm in trouble.
2 minutes in.
Right.
But go ahead, continue.
But whatever
Go
my
ahead.
parents told us to do, that was just what we had to do.
Right.
And I'm glad for it now. Didn't appreciate it then, but I certainly appreciate it now. I had a loving dad, always there for me. Could talk to him about anything. My mom was totally different. She was the colonel or sergeant of the house. She was the disciplinarian, in other words.
Right.
But they brought us up in a way that we should go, as far as the Bible says. Train up a child the way he should go. And so I didn't always want to do it then, but now I love it. It's in my heart. So just a little bit about me.
Okay, well, I grew up in the country. I'm a country boy.
All right. All right.
So certainly in my household, we were 7 of us grew up, as young kids. But in my household, I had both of my parents.
Okay.
And vice versa from Janice, my daddy was a disciplinarian. And mom,
Gotcha.
and I can get away with things with my mom, but with my dad, he was like Janice's mama.
So we couldn't be married to each other.
There you go. So he's the warden
You
there.
had some courts around there, But my father was very stern. He was very rigid, and he believed in work. He was a workaholic.
Right.
And he do extra things, to make change. I remember coming up, my father used to have us cutting wood for other people. And
And that's deep country, right?
Yeah, that's deep country. Man, I can tell you anything about harvesting wood.
There you go.
Because that's all that's what he did after he got off work. Now,
Right.
He spent his time working for the Department of Transportation, cutting the roads with
Okay.
Yeah, so that's what he did for his professional life.
Right.
Somewhat, but after that, we in somebody's woods, cutting some trees down.
There you go.
Hauling
Gotcha.
some logs and stuff.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
But we came up with growing our vegetables, all of our fruits and stuff, all of our vegetables, and raising hogs and chickens and ducks and cows, just different stuff we raised within our.
Gotcha.
So we had a little mini farm,
Gotcha.
So we really didn't have to shop outside of the house because I remember very vividly when we were small, my dad had a smokehouse.
Right.
And whenever he killed hogs, he in the winter he put it on salt, and we have meat all year round.
Right.
You know? So I came up from that old school methodology of family take care of family.
Exactly.
And usually back in those days when we kill hogs, we shared with the community. it.
Exactly.
Ship, you know.
That was the community home.
It was a community home. Yeah.
What household?
Even though they didn't help us clean it,
Right.
you know.
They help you eat them.
That's right. That's right. And the same principle go for the garden. Even though
Right.
they didn't help us plant it,
Right.
but they ended up feeding, you know.
Right.
They
Right.
shared. In other words,
Right.
they came up sharing with one another, the neighbors, you know.
Gotcha.
And we had some white neighbors too, you know. So
Okay.
anytime we feel a hall or anything, make sure everybody in that area get a piece.
Gotcha.
If
Gotcha.
it wasn't, if it was the liver, whatever it is, you know, because see, with a hog, everything is eaten.
Exactly.
Except the Rudy and the tooth.
Exactly.
There you go, right?
Exactly.
So we from hog tail to hog ears.
Gotcha.
You know, call
Wow.
it pig feet. You know,
My
ham
God.
hock. You know, you name it. It's there.
Chitlin
But anyway,
too?
chitlin. Oh yeah.
Oh boy.
Not I.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. All right.
So I came up from that type of family. We
Okay.
we you know, all boys, just like I
Right.
said, no girls. So
Right.
so we came up the hard way, I would say. You know?
Gotcha.
So we worked, you know, we worked for a living. We didn't act, beg and borrow and steal. We just
Yeah.
worked, you know. So
Exactly.
after that, we a little more about me in terms of, you know, I left home because I got tired working, you know. I got
Right.
tired cutting wood, you know. So I said, when I get out of school, I couldn't
Can't
wait.
go back.
I want to get out of there. I
There
want to
you
get
go.
out of that environment, you know. So I ended up leaving, and I went in the military.
Okay.
After I finished school,
Gotcha.
I finished in May, June. I was in school in August.
Right.
So I just had that little couple months break, and I'm out of there.
Gotcha. Gotcha.
Because at that time I want to be my own, you know.
Gotcha.
I want to
Be your own man. There you
I
go.
wanna be my own man.
There you
know?
go.
In other words, I didn't want to hear whatever you had to tell me.
There you go.
You know, get off the phone. Get off the phone. You can't get on the phone that time of night.
Exactly.
You know?
Exactly. You got wood to cut.
Yeah, you got one cut in the morning. Get up. Yeah, that's right. So, but I went to college and
Okay.
I stayed for 2 years.
Okay.
I ended up paying for my own college. My parents, you know,
Wow.
we came from a family where, you know, we didn't have a whole lot, but I worked so that, you know, I went to school to pay for my own college degree.
Gotcha.
So I went in the military, and after the military I came back and went to finish college and then got into career options, you know.
Got
Even though I finished I went to school and I got a bachelor's degree in business administration.
Right.
I never used it. I went into social work.
Wow.
I ended up working at Department of Disability and Special Needs around mental challenges kids,
Yeah.
you know, so
Yeah.
doing that type of work.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
But it was fun. I enjoy helping people, and from there on, life has been beautiful. You know, it has its ups and downs like anything else.
Of course.
But for the most part, you know, I live my childhood to adulthood. I don't regret the steps that we made in life. So it was beautiful.
Gotcha. And I know you guys have siblings. So where do you fall in? Are you the oldest or you the youngest?
Well, I'm what you call the knee baby.
The second to
that
youngest.
He
Second to youngest.
understands. he know. Yeah, but
I learned something new today. I never heard of that.
Yep. The second to the
know
youngest.
The
Yep.
second to the okay.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
I got a little country in me.
Yeah, you know some stuff. You got to be deep to know that now. That's why I throw it at you because
There you go. I was ready for it. Now were you the knee baby too, Miss Janice?
No, I'm the baby.
You the baby.
Oh,
So you got all the perks.
I got it.
Lord,
The
dude.
youngest of 9. He's number 7.
Mhm.
I'm 8.
So that was easy to talk to Dad about anything because you the baby. That's what it
Yeah.
was.
Actually, he was
You get away with right? You get away with stuff, right?
He was who everybody went to because my mom was so caring.
Gotcha.
You
I
treat the
mean,
baby different.
It was
too.
so odd for mom to be the firm one and dad to be
Oh
the.
yeah.
the
If she
evil one.
looked, you went,
Ooh,
Oh yeah,
straighten up.
yeah, real quick. I mean, she would get him. So
Oh man.
Well, it was
Equal opportunity.
Yeah, there you go.
Nobody was successful.
Exactly. I can remember a time when she was beating me, and he was like, "That's enough, Nancy." Her name was Nancy.
Yeah.
That's enough, Nancy. And so she's like, "Well, you want her part?"
Go ahead.
No, he saved this baby. No, he saved me many times. But he was just an easy kind of going person. He had a lot in common with your pastor's dad.
Right.
You know, their mom kind of was firm one as well.
Oh, yeah.
And so I grew up knowing them very well.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
So let me ask you this. Based on you guys' upbringing and the things that you value from your upbringing, can you name one or two things that you think that this current generation of kids would have benefited from if they grew up like you guys?
That's a good question. I really think, for me, even though I thought my parents were strict and it was more about Jesus than education.
Right.
We had to get education. My mom, let me say this, she didn't get to graduate from high school.
Right.
So her focus was both.
Okay.
You couldn't stay in her house if you didn't graduate from high school and if you didn't go to church.
Wow.
So, you know, she made it clear, you're going to do both. Bye. If not. And I think parents need to be concerned about the child well-being spiritually and whatever else they need in life. And education is one of them. So I think most parents' focus now is about how to live my best life. And they leave God out. And if the child wants education, that's okay. And if they don't want to study, that's okay too.
Right.
So I think we need to get back to making sure we are doing what the child needs. Because we're only here for, you know, a moment.
Right.
And I don't think they look at it. They just think, you know, I'm going to be here forever. And if it's good right now, that's all I'm worried about, concerned about. So I really think we need to focus, get back to what God's plan was from the very beginning. You know, He created us to do certain things. And I think that's what helped me, because I really believe if I didn't have my relationship with God, I would not be here. And if I was here, I wouldn't be in a good place.
I think the village concept that we used to have back then,
Right.
community, in which we don't have now.
Right.
In other words, now, back then when I was coming up, we know everybody on our street, everybody knew us. They know there was them William boys.
Yes, sir.
You know, they knew that.
Yes, sir.
So anytime we get out of line, all they gotta say, I'm gonna call your mama, I'll call your daddy. And then we kind of pop back in line.
Absolutely.
Because it's just like they would help raising us.
Absolutely.
And we know all our neighbors. Nowadays, folks don't know the neighbors. They don't even know who they are. Now, if you tell a kid something, then mama coming looking for them.
Yep.
It used to be the mama. The daddy ain't in the house, so pretty much. It used to be the mama, you know, have some, you know. So I think the village concept, if we could have reinstalled that back now, I think we could save a whole lot more kids from going down the wrong direction.
Gotcha.
One thing about that, that's very important, because I can remember getting a beating. That's what we call it, or you want to call it spanking, whatever. Because my neighbor said that I was talking to a boy, and I remember saying to him, "Go." My mom gave me permission to go to the store and come right back. So on the way back, this young boy was saying stuff like, "What's your phone number?" Whatever. I'm like, "Go get away from me." So my mom's neighbor saw him, and she's like, before I got home, she called and said, "I see Janice, and she's out here with this boy." And I was just saying, and didn't want to talk to him. I wasn't even there yet, you know. And so I just remember just walking in the house. My mom's like, "Come on over here, because you're going to..." And I'm like, "What did I do?" She and then, you know, I remember talking about that moment today, whatever. But there was nothing I could say. Now, if that happened today, could you imagine?
Oh,
Yeah.
man.
I can't even imagine.
You're on the 6 o'clock news.
Yeah.
Well, her mama was thinking about me.
Yep. There you go.
Yeah,
On the rubber, that was
my mom was thinking about me. Thank God for mom.
There you go.
So, what do y'all think like happened where the village kind of disintegrated? Like, what happened where neighbors didn't know each other, or neighbors don't feel comfortable chastising, if you will, a child if they saw them doing something wrong? Like, what do you think happened where?
I kind of know what happened. When we start allowing drugs to penetrate our communities,
Right.
and when folks, you know, when I was growing up, I didn't know what marijuana was, you know, really.
Exactly.
You know,
Exactly.
they say the roach. Well, I don't know, roach is the roach. You know, they used to say roach.
Exactly.
You going to
Exactly.
roach?
Exactly.
So for me, I was illiterate when it came to drugs.
Right.
Because we never did no drugs.
Exactly.
You know? The strongest thing we probably seen is the naughty head. We used to call it naughty head. It's gin in a rough bottle.
Oh yeah.
We used to call it the naughty head.
No, I didn't do it.
You know, yeah, naughty head. You used to call it the naughty head. That's about, you know, but you right out of the store.
Right.
You go to the store and purchase
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
I, just like I said, but I never been into that world.
Right.
But then again, I never drank. Drinking and having fun like that, I never was a part of that. I just didn't believe in that back then.
Gotcha.
So I think when when community allow folks next door neighbor into drugs and different stuff, that really hurt the village.
Right.
Because people didn't want you to know what they was doing. First of all, they don't, but now they don't care. They get high on their porch.
Yep.
They do it on their porch now.
Just open and blatant.
Open and blatant.
Yes, sir.
It don't matter. But we that was always hidden, But I think that really hurt us.
Right.
That hurt us, and then you got our own people trying to hustle our own people, bringing their life down, profiting off of our own people.
Yep.
I think that's bad. Why you wanna sell somebody something that gonna make their life go down? Make they don't want to take care of their kids. Make they want to pay their bills. They rather bring you their money. It's just deteriorating of the family.
Exactly.
The families.
Bit by bit.
Yeah, bit by bit.
And I also think when we were children, there were certain conversations our parents wouldn't have in front of us.
Right.
Now the children, they're taking over the conversation, or they may even start the conversation. And we thought that was hurting us, or they was leaving us out of something. But I really think we give our children too much information, and we let them do too much when it comes to adult conversations. And I think that has hurt us deeply, because I have little children telling me things, and I'm like, well, you already know that word, or where'd you get that from?
I didn't send you out the room when she was talking.
Mama, you couldn't even look at my mom. If adults were in the room, children had to be out.
To the question, I think social media has really hurt us to an extent, because there's no control, there's no real guardrails on what you can see and what you can pull up. Even from the songs that are being played, it poisons the minds of kids, without knowing.
Exactly.
Gaming, that poisons the minds of kids. You got a game where they're shooting up people and killing people, so you become immune to those things because you see it from a gaming standpoint.
Right.
So that's why it's easy for kids to pick up a gun and shoot one another.
Exactly.
It's easy.
Exactly.
Because they done program it from a game.
Right.
So this is what the game killing.
Yep. They'll come back up.
Yeah. But see, what they don't realize is that there's no, once you do it, it's done.
Yeah. It's not a virtual reality.
You can't replay that. You can't go and fix that. Exactly. So I think social media, in the different platforms that it produces, I think it really has sabotaged and parents haven't done a good job in educating kids about the barriers of social media.
Right.
So they let them, and then the kids know more than the parents.
Exactly.
See that? See that right there?
Yes, sir.
That's drug related.
Yes, sir.
But the kids know more than the parents, so the parents just hands off. They don't check. They don't even check to see what the kids are doing, what they were looking at. They don't check the history, because on social media you form they have understanding the patterns, behavior of people who are on social media.
Gotcha. Social patterns.
Yeah, it's a social pattern.
Right.
Allegory or something like that.
Yeah. Algorithm.
Algorithm.
There you go.
There you go.
Yeah.
You know it. You know
Yes,
it.
sir.
So
Yes,
what it
sir.
does, the social media companies understand the behavior of these users.
Yes, sir.
So that's why they send you things you like. You pop up something, where'd that come from? But if it's something that you done play with or done plug in, so they just trying to they feed you. Exactly. And then that beast come out of you.
Yep.
And it's usually be the wrong thing,
Exactly.
You done. Oh yeah, I got to see that. I got to see that.
Exactly.
And that's. But we don't. People who own social really don't understand that. Those who own social media really don't understand that these folks are capturing your every move. They know where you at. They know what you lack.
Yep.
They know what you, because you do it on, you telling them on social media.
Yep.
You're telling them.
You giving them the blueprint.
You giving them the blueprint. Exactly.
Social media, you can be whatever you want, whenever you want to be.
Exactly.
Of course, there's a few people in your town that you're like, no, they don't really act like that. But strangers,
Yeah.
they
They don't know.
They don't know.
They don't know.
Say social media is not a real place.
No.
Exactly.
And then you have predators talking to kids.
Absolutely. Now that's the scary part.
Yeah, predators.
You don't know who's behind that
That's
kid
right.
that you're talking to.
That's right.
They
You never know.
And
15-year-old and say, get
Yep. And even the way they're able to hack actual people's profiles now, you're thinking that you're talking to someone and you're sending them money because you're thinking that's your cousin for real.
Yeah.
No, that's somebody.
That's right. That's somebody else.
Somebody sitting in their basement that they've snatched everything.
That's right.
They
That's
just
right.
take the stick out.
I'm telling you. So that's had hurt us as communities.
That's the most part.
Right.
Kids are just doing whatever they want to, When that law was taken away, and kids will tell you, I'll call whoever. My mom was that call them.
Okay, I got the phone here. I call
It is.
I'd rather you right.
Me up.
Please don't call mom.
Right?
call
Fill
my
out the.
mom.
I'll help you fill out the discipline slip. Just don't call home.
Don't call mom.
Do not call home. I do not want the problem.
Please don't call mom.
Don't
Right?
call
Fill
my
out
mama.
I was a single parent, so when she got called, it was like,
Yeah.
okay, so now you making it hard for me because you at the school
that word.
acting like you don't, like I didn't raise you right, like I didn't raise you in church.
I was, please don't call my mama.
Exactly. Exactly. At this point, I beat myself.
I know, right? I'll do anything.
So let me ask you this: are these type of things, the conversation that we're having now, is this what pretty much kind of drove you both into public service? Because I know you're working in the public school, and I know that you're working as a public representative. Is these the kind of things that kind of drove y'all into the public sector?
Well, I tell you what drove me, actually. I always was a civic-minded person.
Right.
And I believe in helping and volunteering.
Right.
And I've done that over the course of my life. I did things without being compensated.
Right.
I gave up my time to help somebody, to do something for somebody.
Right.
So when I was younger, what I did was, I used to work for the Department of Disability and Special Needs. That's a social agency.
Right.
Helping somebody.
Right.
I also, outside of that, I used to volunteer my time with mental health.
Right.
I was on the mental health board in Florence.
Right.
And and I served there, and there was a white lady by the name of Lucy Davis. I don't know if you know her, but they got a school
named Lucy T. Davis.
Yeah,
Wow.
Lucy Davis.
Yep.
She was, she stepped down. I ended up being the president or the chairperson of the Mental Health Association.
Okay.
She wanted me to have it. I really didn't want to have it, but I was the only little black thing in there.
There you go.
But she saw my passion about doing things and trying to make life better for people.
Right.
So I always was around doing that. I did a lot of drug counseling.
Prevention and stuff.
I did a lot of drug counseling. I used to counsel at Lee Correction. I was a drug counselor.
Okay.
And I counsel a lot of guys. I'm just telling you, a lot of young men.
Right.
I had some conversation with you about their habits. And not only drugs was their habit, but there are some guys that I've talked to within the prison setting have different habits. And they're not all instituted by drugs. Right. In other words, all their negative behavior is not instituted by drugs. So some of their negative, because for example, I had guys who were just constant thieves. They wasn't on drugs, but it was their desire, it was their mind that give them rush, to give them that rush to steal a car that was running. It was their car. They just want to ride in it. You know, that's my car. I don't know. So
everyone has some level of addiction.
Exactly. So that was their addiction, and it was so many different addictions that guys have that people are not aware of. Right. You know, it was sexual addiction. Right. You know, they go out and molest. You know, it's different types of addiction. Yes. So I try to help people where they at, and no matter what their circumstances may be, I work hard just to make people better, and make them stronger in life.
I think I was chosen to. I think it's God. It has nothing to do with me, because if it was up to me, I would definitely be doing something else. But I love children, and I love ministry, and I want to see every child succeed. It may not be in religion, it may be in something else, but whatever they've been chosen to do, I want that to happen. And I think it's because somebody invested that time into me, because I can think about the old mothers in the church that had stuff, it was YPWW, and they would have stuff, they took us to the beach in the summertime, we went to the Carowinds. We didn't have Vacation Bible School, but we had Bible study, and we had little things for children to do. And I think that's why I do it, because I had somebody there for me that helped me stay out of trouble, helped me stay on track. So I just believe that God has chosen me to help some young person to do their best.
So I know we're past the point where you guys had a summer program that you guys help initiate or sponsor every year. Can you tell us a little bit about that summer program that you do to help impact the youth in your community, so that way we can go ahead and get the parents notified of it now, so if you're in the area, they can go ahead and get ready to sign up for summer 2026. So tell us a little bit about that.
It's called Camp Wise for Kids. Yes, and it's from age 5 to 15. Okay. And it's something just to motivate kids to choose right over wrong. Excuse me. No matter what the situation is, we try to give them better thinking skills on what to do and what not to do in life. And we have a lot of people to come in, law enforcement, firemen, the mayor. Every day we have a positive word that we talk about, and we try to play positive games, and we exercise with the children. So we do a lot of different things, but it's all about changing the mindset and being a better person. And we've been doing this about how many years now, Robert?
Ever since 2013, I think. 2013.
12 years.
My husband also helps with basketball camps. And if another person that we know or another organization have camps, sometimes we go in and take children with us to their camps, just to keep the kids busy during the summer. So it's something to help them stay on track during the summer and stay out of trouble.
I gotta admit, it was her ideal. We pretty much started out we're back to school bash. We had several back to school bashes.
Right.
And she kind of got upset with me because I kind of dropped the ball. Kind of just like, you handle that. I ain't got time. So from that standpoint, then we started doing, because I've been doing stuff all along, and but she really wanted to do that back to the bash. So we did it several years, and then other people in the community started doing it. I said, why are we doing it when they got all these back to school bashes?
Yeah.
We just should have one back to school bash and call it a day.
There you go.
Instead of everybody, you over here, they calling us for money over here. They need a donation over there.
Right.
So for me, I just got so tired of it.
Gotcha.
And because my area, of cover is not only here in Darlington, I cover area in Florence too.
Absolutely.
So I want to, and Timminsville, and Hartsville, so
consolidate as much as possible.
Exactly. It alleviates time for me because I can't be at all these places at the same time. So, but anyway, so it was her idea, and with this camp thing, it started rolling off. She came up with the name Camp Wise for Kids. I didn't know why she wanted to name it that.
The Lord told me
Until then, I heard me. You know why?
There you go. Understandable.
So she named it. I had started a nonprofit in 1998. Dealing with fathers and reconnecting fathers back in the life of their kids.
Wow.
And in 2008, when the economy went south, I kind of shifted from just focusing on fathers. I wanted to focus on the whole family.
Gotcha.
So I started. I changed the name of it. It's Families Engagement now.
Families Engagement.
Family Engagement. Anywhere you see family engagement, it's a part of our program.
Gotcha.
We're in 5 counties.
Okay.
Well, folks don't know that, but we're in 5 counties. We're
name those counties?
Marion, Florence, Darlington, Lee, and Sumter.
Gotcha.
So those are areas that we done work in. We got people in them, and we just kind of, it's a small group of people that we work with. We're grassroots organization.
Exactly.
We grassroots. We get the lowest of the low, and we deal with them, give them activities.
Because everybody has to be reached.
Yeah, everybody has to be reached. And one of the things that we focus on through our family engagement program, our mentoring piece. We've got mentors going to these schools on a weekly basis, mentoring kids.
Yes.
The middle school. And I told them I felt that the middle school was more important than the high school was, the elementary school, because
that's the roughest part.
Exactly. That's the age where you testing things. You learning what girls all about. You curious. You curious. It's curiosity. You might like George.
Exactly.
You're curious, George.
Yes, sir.
You want to see what works and what. Yeah, you trying everything.
Monkey see, monkey do. Literally.
Exactly. But so we've been out here doing community projects, doing for many years.
Okay.
We just did. We haven't. It just didn't start yesterday for us.
Right.
We've been out there underground. People don't, and we don't broadcast what we do.
Exactly.
We just do it. That's why you probably haven't heard about us.
Right.
But we're out there in the weeds, doing the work without looking for no.
We're going to make sure our audience knows about all of these resources, because sometimes they need answers and don't realize that the questions that they got, the answers already there in their backyard. So we're going to make sure that we get this word out.
Yeah, so we do the mentoring piece at the middle schools. We allow the schools to pick whoever they need mentoring, and we go in and share.
Gotcha.
And kind of work. One of the things that happened recently, what really drove me into thinking about what we need to do is that Years ago, I used to be on the National Mental Health Association Committee for Children.
Right.
Out of Alexander, Virginia.
Okay.
So I used to go up there and we have a big meeting to talk about kids' mental health.
Right.
But that was before kids' mental health was mental health then, you know.
Right.
But I think COVID-19 has really shifted to make it more prevalent.
Yes.
That kids' mental health is so serious now.
Yes.
Because when I was back then, you didn't hear kids commit suicide.
No.
But now,
no.
You hear kids committing suicide. You know what's going on in their little mind that would cause them to take their life?
I think it kind of goes back to that aspect you was talking about community. So in that time, there was a lot of isolation, and it's, to be honest with you, it's a plot of the enemy too, because that's the main thing that he likes to do is get you isolated, so that way he can feed your thoughts, and you don't have any other outlet to combat what he's saying.
Gotcha.
And so now you're so confined to your own thoughts, and now you just idle mind is the devil's workshop.
So can't get out.
Gotcha. All right, so I know we've talked about community. Oh, wife, you good?
I just was going to say.
Go ahead.
I also mentor high school young ladies. I call this group Lavender Ladies at
Lavender Ladies.
Lavender Ladies.
All right.
Because I saw how ugly they talk to one another and some of the things they do, and I wanted to change that.
Right.
And so this another teacher and I got together, and we were like, we want to do something to bring our girls together. Instead of tearing each other down, building each other up. So we started this about 10 years ago.
Gotcha. So Lavender Ladies and family engagement. So make sure you guys do your research, and if you need contact information, just hit us up on our page, and we'll make sure that we'll get you in contact with Representative Robert and Sister Janice. Now, we talked heavily on community. So we're going to peel back a layer, and we're going to talk about you guys as a couple. How did you guys meet? Who approached who first? And Sister Janice, when did you know that you fell in love? Because the women always fall in love first.
That's right. Amen, brother. Amen.
I did all right, sir.
You did good.
It's all about how you frame the question, so that there ain't no wiggle room.
That's right.
They can't make it up as they go along.
We're going to see whether the truth is set us free.
Yes, sir. Whatever you say, I believe it. Whatever you say, we got to stick together by any means necessary.
That's how it used to be. That's what it is. You make it sound.
All right, so which one you want to answer first? Oh man!
I knew Robert in high school, but we didn't date.
Okay.
After college, I had a bad relationship.
Right.
And I was telling a girlfriend about this relationship. And at this time, Robert was taking classes at Francis Marion.
Right.
And I'd already finished at Claflin. And she was like, I have this guy I want you to meet. And I really think y'all would be, great for one another.
Wow.
And so I'm saying, well, who is he? And she said, well, just let me check it out first. So anyway, she said, go somewhere. She wanted me to ride somewhere with her, not knowing that we were going to Robert's house. I don't do that.
Oh, right.
But he was not home, thank God.
Okay.
But she didn't tell me either. So we ride up in his yard. His brother's outside, his oldest brother. And she just asked, I still didn't think that this had anything to do with what we had just talked about earlier.
So you didn't know whose house this was?
Did not. And so we went back to her house, and we were just, how young girls do.
Right.
She was older than I am, but we were just talking, and we're in the same sorority, Delta Sigma Theta. But anyway, so about an hour later, he comes to the door. I still didn't know
that this was the guy she was telling you about.
No,
Okay.
and so I'm laying on her bed, and back, I had a perm.
Do you remember him from high school when you first saw him?
No. Well, first she went to the door and she said, Janice, come out, I want you to meet somebody. My hair was like all over my head because we were laying on the bed. So I'm just thinking
it's just some random
person.
Yeah.
And she was like, this is who, and I'm like, oh my Why did you do? And so, you know, I was like, I ran in the back and I tried to do something. He was like, what's wrong with her? I know he was thinking that.
Yeah.
But when I saw him, I had recently seen him at a wedding.
Okay.
My niece was in a wedding that he was also in at his church. And I was like, oh, he looked familiar.
Mm-hmm. Ooh, he look familiar. See that? I'm sorry. I couldn't resist. Go ahead.
We did not talk that day. This was like maybe 6 months
Okay,
before.
later.
Yeah,
Okay.
before.
Okay, okay.
Yeah, before we even, you know, met that night.
Gotcha.
And so we started, we talked that night.
Mm-hmm.
And she was like, will you take Janice home? I was like, no, I don't even know him.
He had set the plan in
Exactly.
motion.
And then he was like, no, I don't mind. I'm like, but I don't know you.
I don't know you.
Yeah, and he took me home, you know, just quick, because we didn't live very far from each other.
Mm-hmm.
And that's where it started.
Okay. Now, is that you so far?
Yeah,
Okay.
she's on it. And I must admit, she has a photogenic memory.
Right.
My memory is not all that good.
There you go.
I
There you go.
can do something yesterday.
There you go.
I can do something yesterday and forget it today.
There you go.
But certainly, as Janice said, I did know her in high school.
Right.
But she wasn't my type in high school.
So what changed?
The Lord.
He opened your eyes.
The
He
Lord.
opened your eyes.
Well, the reason being because she was really skinny. She was so skinny. She was a skinny girl. And I said, why are you no skinny girl?
You a country boy. You a country boy.
I like me. But seriously, during that time, I was just getting back from the military,
Right.
And
Right.
I was praying to God for a wife.
Right. Wow.
I told God, I don't want to be searching for a woman.
Right.
I want you to send me someone. And I was praying. That was my honest prayer, and I was in church. I wasn't no.
That's the first place he invited me to, y'all.
Yeah.
That was shocking. I was like, oh my God.
Yeah, I was.
You got me to church?
I was in the church. I was a trustee or deacon back then. I was a trustee.
Wow.
I was a trustee
Wow.
back then.
And how old are we talking?
Huh?
How old you were?
I was like 20, 24.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
That's convincing.
So I was in the church. I like reading the word.
Yes, sir.
I was into the word.
Yes, sir.
Because that's where I got my really meat from. I study.
Gotcha.
No one have to tell me to study the word. I get in there and dig in it for myself.
Yes, sir.
To learn, because I wanted to please God.
Right.
Because I got to the point where I felt that if I die, hell was going to be my home.
Yeah, absolutely.
And that was true, And I didn't want to leave this world without having my business fixed, so to speak.
Right.
At such early age, and I see my friends around me just living hooligan lives, But I didn't want to do that. I didn't want to be a part of that.
Right.
I got scared. I was scared. I was fear. It was fear that I was dealing with because I didn't want to go down the wrong path.
Right.
So I asked God to send me someone special, and he just did that.
Wow.
He did what I asked him to do.
He just didn't know.
Just did.
Well, I knew. I knew once I got it. I knew it was God.
Right.
It just And speaking of her friend, speaking of her, seriously. Speaking of her friend, and she was her friend,
Right.
but she also was my friend.
Right.
It was no relationship, or anything. It wasn't no.
Right.
It wasn't no relationship. It was just a lady that I know and I help along the way.
Exactly.
I help her do something. I help her move her stuff
Right.
to another count. It was just so we we wasn't no partners like that. We were just friends.
No.
You know. See where she at? You see where she at? And I'm trying to tell her.
I don't like
But if that was the case, she wouldn't introduce me to her.
I believe you, sir. I believe you. I believe you. I believe you.
If that was the case, we wouldn't been introduced. Trust me.
her. He's one of my older brother's classmates.
Yeah.
Okay.
But I don't think she thought we were gonna continue and
It was just
grow.
gonna be like a.
Yeah, it probably
be
something.
okay, fall apart.
She stopped speaking to me and then all that.
Did you know why at the time?
No, I could not figure it out. It hurt, really.
Yeah.
It really hurt. Yeah.
Oh, wow.
So do you think that she was thinking that maybe he'll be someone to kind of help you get over that rough patch that you just came out of?
I think so.
Serious?
But it was
Because her mother told somebody later and said, "You should have kept that good man for yourself."
Ah.
And so I'm thinking, well, did she have a crush on him? Because just all of a sudden it just,
fell out.
yeah, and I couldn't figure it out. I would even try, to talk to him. That's crazy.
What a coincidence.
I would even try.
That happened to us.
Yeah. But the thing about it, the tricky thing about it is that at some point she was trying to make me disavow Janice. She wanted me to break up with her after she knew that we was kind of talking a little bit. She started sending letters. She sent a letter to my mama.
Wow.
Saying, look,
Wow.
yeah, I said,
Whoa.
look. Yeah.
And you know my mother-in-law said, "Y'all can read this, but I'm not."
Yeah, she sent a letter to me, and then she mentioned the fact that Janet was dating a boy in college still.
Wow.
So, you know, I just
Wow.
you know.
Wow. My goodness.
Yeah. So after she figured out that we were talking, she tried to bust it up. She tried
Wow.
to. I said, who said this? I said, who? You know, it didn't have. And the thing is, it didn't have no name on it. You know. Yeah.
Like that.
That's
Like
how
an
you knew
anonymous
I
lover.
You don't know her like I know her.
Exactly.
Well, that's how you know it's meant to be.
There you go.
So the letter didn't work is what you're telling me.
There you go. There you go.
With being in public service, and I always say being in service is being a servant. So you're giving your all to other people. You're doing what you need to do for other people. And that is, speaking from experience, that's draining. So how do you guys make time for each other while still making sure you give all of what you have to other people?
That's a hard question.
That's a good question.
And it's good. Yeah.
That's a good question. I think that we understand each other. We're not jealous of each other.
Right.
Whatever, you know, she can go and do whatever she want to do.
Yeah.
But I trust her enough where I know there's limitations.
Right. Right.
You know, and she know that.
Right.
She ain't got, as many ladies come to me, she ain't got to worry about it.
There you go. There you
Because
go.
I'm just telling you. Because you know, it's, you know, because I know there's nothing else out there for me.
Exactly.
You know,
Yes, sir.
I tried, you know, when I was young, I did what I did when I was young.
There you go.
When I grow old, I done away with those young
Childish things.
Exactly, I put away those things. So,
Yes, sir.
so now, we just, I'm trying to get her to do a little more, but we spend time together.
Right.
We talk together. We communicate. Janice is more of a talk. Well, she may not think so, but she kind of more like into talking and storytelling and stuff.
Right.
I'm a little quiet.
In the moment, just
I'm
enjoy each
quiet.
other.
Yeah, I'll listen to you. Let me listen to you.
Is that true?
Yeah, she I'm just saying. I just think that. Well, now we're different.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, we are different. I don't. Some of the stuff she do, I don't like. I don't really. I'm not into it.
Exactly.
And let her do her own thing. And then, you know, but seriously, you know, we are different. I don't even think like her.
Right.
I don't even think like her. But she want me to think like her. But I don't think like her.
No.
I done told her I don't. That's how you feel.
Yep.
Yeah,
Yep.
that's not how
Exactly.
I feel.
Exactly.
But I try to get her to
Opposite
understand that I do have feelings too.
There you go.
Just because you feel
Yes.
that way,
Yes.
don't think I have to feel that way.
Yes, sir.
Let me be free.
Yes, sir.
Let me be free.
Go ahead, sir. Go ahead, sir. Yes, sir. My God.
Yeah, but look, we work it out.
We gotta talk about that honorarium in a minute.
Yeah.
My goodness. My goodness.
Yeah, we work
Freak,
it out.
sir.
We work it out.
Yeah.
And, it's all good. But what I really believe our difference make us stronger.
Right. Absolutely.
It's not.
It's supposed to.
It don't make us weaker. It make us stronger.
Exactly.
It's a balance, and I think it's diversity. I
Yes.
believe in diversity.
Man.
If you got the person that's thinking the same thing, feeling the same thing, there ain't no growth.
Exactly.
There's
Exactly.
no growth. You know.
Exactly.
So
Exactly.
I want her to
We
understand.
might
but
have
she-
to pay your way to go to Washington to kind of give that same talking again about diversity.
Yeah.
We ain't gonna say who you going to see.
I got you. I feel it. I feel it.
Matter of fact, we can take Church Car Karaoke on the road and we'll just drive to Washington now.
and talk about DEI.
We'll be ready first thing Monday morning. I got PTO, we good.
But what I think too is, I think it has helped our relationship.
Right.
Communication. I know where he is. He knows where I am.
Right.
And most of the time, our schedules, we know what the other person is doing, so I don't have to worry about. But the majority of the time, I try to go wherever he has to go. I can't meet everything because I've had women say, "The next time you're not there, I'm going to sit beside your husband."
Mm-hmm. My goodness.
But I think it's because of the way our relationship is set up.
Right.
We're always discussing what we need to. I'm not trying to do anything behind his back. He's not trying to do anything behind mine.
Right.
And even though we're different, we still have the same values.
Exactly.
And I think that's what make our relationship work. I love to serve. I love to. I'll be the last person to eat, last person to leave,
Absolutely.
whatever I need to do. But I want to make sure he's being taken care of, even though I can't do everything I want to do with him all the time. But one thing about it, I pray for him. I can't tell you how many times a day.
That's right.
First thing I do before I leave work, I'm praying for my husband, praying for our children, praying for our family.
Wow.
Whatever it is, he will tell you, prayer is my life. I'm a prayer warrior. I have to.
Right.
And I really think that's the only reason why I really make it.
Right.
So when he has to speak, I'm praying that whatever comes out of his mouth is what God wants to come out of his mouth. When he has to go somewhere and wherever he's sitting, I want that to be a place where he's going to be comfortable, at peace, and safe.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So it that works for us. And I know ministry is what kept us together.
Right.
If we weren't saved, we wouldn't be here.
Exactly.
No, I wouldn't.
Exactly.
But God has really blessed our marriage.
Right.
I didn't tell you all this earlier. My dad's name is Robert.
Wow.
And I don't know in most cases, but what I hear people say that a girl marries someone like her dad. No, he's not better than my dad. My dad was the best. But he's up there.
Yeah.
He's a good
Close to the
man.
gap.
Yeah.
Everybody hear you close to the gap. There you go. All right, so we talked about you guys as a couple. We've already talked about community. Let's talk about another role that you guys had to play, which is parenting. So let's talk about the children. Now, were you guys parenting styles alike? Were there differences? Who was more lenient? Who was more forceful? And how do you guys combat raising? You said 3 children, right?
3 boys.
3 boys.
Yeah.
Well, how was that? How was that dynamic?
Well,
I'll just say this, I'm like my mama.
Oh, so you was
There's a discipline.
She's a stern one.
She actually did you want a piece of it too?
Yeah.
She else enough?
Yeah, she did. And I took some of it too.
There you go.
Like a man, I took.
There you go.
I took
There you
some
go.
of it. Well, I think, Janice is more of the disciplinarian,
Mhm.
coming up.
Right.
I'm more I'm the playful guy. You
Gotcha.
know? Fathers are,
Gotcha.
and that's the role. Fathers are more playful with the
Yeah.
kids. They do
Yeah,
more
we do.
emotional stuff with the
We do.
kids.
That's
but,
true.
You know, and
It's kind
but-
of hard to turn that serious mode on.
Yeah,
You
but-
kind of enjoying the moment.
exactly. But the thing is, even in that moment, whenever I speak, they do
Exactly.
out of respect.
Yes,
they
sir.
do, you
Yes,
know.
sir.
You know, they don't take it overboard. So, you know,
Yeah.
but I try to be whenever I'm firm on things I really believe
Exactly.
that they need to adhere to.
Right.
One thing about it, all of our kids never been in trouble,
Mm-hmm.
never had any major issues at school other than one. When Roger
Was that the middle child?
That the middle child. That the middle child.
It never fails.
That the middle child. Yeah.
You can't get in that kind of trouble.
Yeah, but it would
You not go back now.
it wasn't nothing serious. It wasn't no jail stuff.
Right.
You know, it
Right.
was just up with the school.
Exactly.
Yeah,
Exactly.
me and a kid. You know, yeah. So
Just had to have a little firmer grip on it.
yeah. Well,
Gotcha.
and everything worked out well.
Yes, sir.
I tell you, with my kids, I just thank God because we raise boys. You know, sometimes boys can get ruddy and
Right.
can get
Right.
unruly and
Right.
you know, out of control. You want to do it, but thank God we had a firm grasp on raising our kids, especially since I know how I've been raised.
Right.
I wasn't gonna let them go outside the boundaries
Absolutely.
of what I've been doing, what I had, you know, coming
Absolutely.
up. So they stayed in line. All of them are college graduates.
Okay.
All of them got their degrees.
There you go.
All of them out of the house.
Congratulations.
One still in our pocket.
He the
I'm trying
baby.
to,
He the baby. He gonna be there.
yeah, well, I'm trying to get him out of my pocket, man, because he's killing me. So once I get him out of my pocket,
There you go.
we can really live a little life, you know.
There you go. There
But
you
right
go.
now, you know, he's home now, so he's
Gotcha.
been. But I don't mind because they never gave me no problem. I ain't had to spend money
Absolutely.
on get them out of the jail.
Exactly. Exactly.
Running down the road doing all
Exactly.
this crazy stuff. So
Exactly.
I don't mind spending money now just to make sure he's good
Right.
in whatever he needs to have.
Gotcha. Now, what was the most challenging part as being a parent? Like, what was the most challenging thing that you say that I really had to work on this part of my parenting skills in order to ensure that my children had a better future or a better lookout on life?
Janice, you want to go with that or you want me to answer?
Most people say that I was too hard on my children because I had to study. The middle one we were talking about really didn't. He made good grades. He wanted to make all A's. So my challenge was to keep them on track when their friends weren't.
Right.
And so we went during the summer. We read books.
Right.
They had homework every summer. It wasn't just playing outside and going to camps.
The beauties of having a teacher is a mom.
There you go. And they were like, well, when we get a break? Even my mom would say, no, they need a break now. But I wanted to prepare them for the world, but also I wanted them to do much better than I could ever do. And all my sons are much brighter than I am. I'll tell anybody that. But the only challenge that I can really remember, my husband had to go out of the country. He went to war. With me being there with the 3 children. It was hard on me because he was gone for 18 months. There were months we would go without, even being able to talk to him.
Yes.
And my youngest son at that time was only 2, so he cried every day because he's a daddy's boy. And but we made it, and like I said, my challenge was just trying to get them to stay on track and to do their very best, because I know what they were capable of.
Right.
And I had people saying, you're too hard, you make them go to church too much, you're doing this,
But you knew
I had
what
one,
you had to do.
I did. I even had one lady say to me, you trying to make them gay? I'm like, what?
Oh, wow.
Because they go to church.
Wow.
Right.
Wow.
That was the connect.
Wow.
But I just know that I believe with all my heart that I had to do what God told me to do for my children and with my children. I made them study. I made them learn Bible verses. They had this. We did Sunday school Saturday night.
Mm-hmm.
They had to go to choir rehearsal if they didn't want to go. It didn't matter. So,
But it shaped like the foundation.
Right.
It set it.
right.
And now you can look back and say, all worth it.
Was.
One thing she failed to mention, when I was in Iraq, she bought a new vehicle.
That was the big confusion.
I said, well, she buying a vehicle and I'm not there, you
Exactly.
know? She went out and picked it out, you know, and everything. I said, what's going on? You know, we was taking care of the family. I had, you know, I reckon she said, well, he's gone now. I can spend whatever I can spend. I said, she coming buying a vehicle and I'm not even home. And then she got one of these third row seaters, you know. I said, why she buying a third row seater? Why there?
We had 3 sons.
There you go. One in the front, one in the middle, one in the back.
And I was a teen mom for certain things, you know.
Yeah.
But I gotta admit, you know, while I was gone, she handled the business.
Right.
And it was time when things go down, she had to jump in and get it done because I wasn't there.
Right.
But even though the military had put certain people in place for us in case something happened to our family, they would coordinate whatever is needed.
Right.
She probably didn't even know that because if she needed a car, all I had to do was call back here to the States. Someone from Fort Jackson would be down here to do whatever they need for the family. You know, because they know. Yeah, because it'll take the pressure off of me. They say, well, the way the military says, you know, they don't need to be worried. I mean, he's in war. He's in the war zone. So why he's worried about getting the washing machine?
Exactly.
For his family. So they made sure
try to eliminate all those distractions.
Exactly, all those stressors that would put other people, put other soldiers at risk because of the way I'm thinking.
Yep. You thinking about home.
Exactly.
You in the war.
Yeah, and I'm on a mission thinking about getting a washing machine. Well, they shooting at me, man.
Exactly.
They shooting at me. What do you want?
Exactly.
Sorry, I was thinking about that.
My bad. Think about that car my wife just bought me. Wow, she need a third row. Shoot, Robert, shoot. Honey, did you come? Okay. I'm sorry. But, so let me ask you this. Number one, thank you so much for your service. I don't think we thank our veterans and our servicemen and women enough for the sacrifice that they made because they're literally forsaking their family for the families of everyone and for our freedoms. So I'm gonna ask you this because I know that you served in war and I know that you served your community. Which one did you feel has been more rewarding, or you think they've been equally rewarding, serving your community or serving your country?
I think that serving my country was on a bigger scale,
right?
And it encompassed the whole entire nation. So I served for the love of the country, for the love of man, for the love of God. I served the country.
Right.
But I think the most gratifying is when you serve to you.
Right.
Then you can talk to them. You can feel their pain. You can see what they're going through.
Right.
So it has a more connectivity when it comes to people that you know and people locally.
Right.
You know, I'm closer to the people.
Gotcha.
You know, when I serve the country, I'm serving for somebody in Washington D.C. I don't know who they are. You know, but
just
but
in
it's
survival mode. Whatever it takes to get home.
Exactly. You can see the reward a little more.
And I know both of you are very heavy in your faith. So, Sister Janice, I'm gonna pose the question to you first, and then Mr. Rob will pose it to you. In those 18 months, what did you learn about yourself, and what did you learn about God?
What I learned first, you know you have faith.
Right.
You believe you have faith, but your faith, my faith was tested. Especially during those times I could not touch bases with him when I thought, I really needed him, because I was, he was always there. I don't think we've ever been separated before. We were the type of couple, wherever he was, if he's out of town, I'm out of town. If he's here, whatever. I'm also doing that. So I was tested because we were separated, and I felt like when I needed him, I didn't have him. Even though I had my church, my dad was still alive, but there was just certain times that I didn't think I was going to be able to make it. And so what built me up was I had to get in a closer relationship with God. I began to read my Bible more, not just at church or just when I had to teach or whatever. I began to, really get into it like I should have already. And sometimes I believe that that's why God put us in those positions, to really know where our faith is and how close we are to Him.
And do you think that activated you because I know you said earlier that in most cases that you're always praying for your husband. Do you think in those 18 months that's what kind of birthed that to a greater degree, if it wasn't already there before?
I really truly believe that. I know how dangerous it was. Some of the things that he told me he went through, and what he was, there were days, well, months with him being out on the field in the desert, nothing but desert, and whatever they had for them. But I had to start praying for him more because I wanted him to come back home. And I believe that I had to, because think about what he was doing. He didn't have time to pray.
No.
I know they had, did you have ministers out there with you? I'm trying to say. I think they had chaplains, that I was trying to think of. But still, it still wasn't on that level, what he was used to. But what got me through it was praying, fellowshipping with people that also was going through the same things. That there were other wives that I could talk to, other people that already had been through it, that also, gave me some encouragement on what I needed to do. Not focus on him being away, but focus on him getting back home and knowing that God was going to bring him back home.
Well, that was one of the hardest things I had to do. Is to leave my family. To pick up whatever's not done. It's almost like dying. Because whatever you working on, you ain't work on it no more for the next 18 months. And whatever you've been doing, you ain't do it no more for the 18 months. It's, So it was tough. It was really tough. It was really tough. It was a tough decision to make. But with my commitment, I made an oath. Military folks make oaths, just like any law enforcement. Just like so I made an oath, and I wanted to be true to my oath. I could have tried to get out of it, to kind of do stupid stuff to get out of it, but
let somebody else be there.
Yeah.
You had to get the one. You just got to
but since I made the oath, and God knew I made it, and I was defending the Constitution of the United States, against enemies, foreign, domestic. So that that oath I kept dear. So I ended up saying, okay, I'm gonna go. But that was it was a tough decision. It was a tough decision for me. But my faith brought me through it because I knew that God was with me. I really knew that God was with me. And when I was over there, in the battle, doing missions, doing different types of things over there, some that I knew that God was with me, but it was at sometimes I felt like this saying, look, this ain't worth it, man. This ain't worth it.
Yes, sir.
I don't want to be here. All kind of thoughts of getting out or doing stuff that it goes through your mind when you're over there. And then when you're out there by yourself with other troops, in the middle of nowhere, it is tough. It is tough living away from your home. You don't know if you're gonna make it back.
Absolutely.
You don't, all these thoughts that comes through your mind, and
Fear
you see
sets in.
Oh, fear sets in for sure. And, you know, and that you don't want to do it. You don't want to, you don't want to go. You know, even though we had all the weapons, I had all the weapons. I had guns on every side of me. But I knew the gun wasn't the answer. I know that wasn't, that wasn't the answer. That wasn't the answer. You know, I had ammunition. Yeah. I had ammunition in every pocket.
Yes, sir.
I'm loaded. I'm loaded down.
Absolutely.
More than I can carry. You know, more than I can carry. You know.
Yeah.
But I knew that wasn't the answer.
Right.
I knew that no matter what kind of ammunition, what kind of weapons I have, that wasn't gonna bring me back.
Wow.
So I prayed. You know, I prayed whenever I can. I prayed, and I even got a couple other guys, because I was more spiritual than most of the guys in my unit.
Wow.
So I had to help them.
There you go. There you go.
Yeah, we started a little club and a little Bible study, and I was trying to educate the. Matter of fact, I really had to help a lot of guys out. Maybe because of my former training in counseling. Right. I feel the need of talking to them. You know, because some of them was worse. They was peace. They wasn't fit for war. Right. They wasn't fit to go out with me. Exactly. To get me killed. Exactly. You know, because where they at in the mind. Yeah, where they at. So God has been with me. Right. He was right with me. Wow. Even when I felt like throwing in the towel. Right. But he was right there with me all the way, guided me. And I know people was praying for me. That what gave me energy. Right. Because I knew people was praying for me. Yes, sir. Yeah, I knew that. I knew somebody praying for me. My mom did Psalm 91. That's what she read every night. Every night. Yes, sir. She even sent me copies of Psalms 91 and tell me to read it. Yeah, and that just took over, and I shared with the other guys, and then they start reading Psalms 91. So Psalms 91 became our war scripture. Wow. And you know what? Pull up Psalms 91 and read a little bit for them.
He that dwelleth in the secret place of the Most High shall abide under the shadow of the Almighty. I will say of the Lord, He is my refuge and my fortress. My God, in Him will I trust. Surely He shall deliver thee from the snare of the fowler and from the noisome pestilence. He shall cover thee with His feathers, and under His wing shall thy trust. His truth shall be thy shield and buckler. Thou shalt not be afraid for the terror by night, nor for the arrow that flieth by day, nor for the pestilence that walketh in darkness, nor for the destruction that waiteth at noonday. 1,000 shall fall at thy side, and 10,000 at thy right hand, but it shall not come nigh thee. Only with thine eyes shalt thou behold and see the reward of the wicked, because thou hast made the Lord, which is my refuge, even the Most High, thy habitation. There shall no evil befall thee, neither shall any plague come nigh thy dwelling.
Real, Jesus is real to me. Oh, yes, He gives me the victory. So many people doubt Him, but I can't live without Him, and that is why. So Jesus is real to me. Oh, yeah, gives me the victory. So many people without him, but I can't live without him, and that is why I love him so. He's so real to me. Searched all over, couldn't find nobody. Searched high, oh, still couldn't find nobody. Nobody greater, nobody greater, nobody greater than you, greater than you. Searched all over, couldn't find nobody. I searched high and low, still couldn't find nobody. Nobody greater, nobody greater, nobody greater than you, greater than you. Your name is above all names. Lord, I thank you. You're worthy of all praise. Mighty are the works of your hands. Lord, I thank you. Mighty are the works of your hands. Searched all over, couldn't find nobody. Still couldn't find nobody. Nobody greater, greater than you, greater than you. If I sing some more, we might have church. Thank you, God. Glory. I owe him praise. Hallelujah. Hallelujah. Lord, I honor you. Thank you, Jesus. I trust him. I trust him.
Now, one of the songs that I like, one of the songs that I like. This song has been ever since I was a child. I was about 7 or 8 years old. It stayed with me because my great grandmother used to sing it all the time, and she'll walk through the house. She was blind at the time. She was blind, so she had to feel her way through. But it's just something about this song that she always sung. And I was at the age where I was trying to understand life and death, you know. But I know she was getting older. I know that, you know, at some point she wouldn't, you know. But she sang this song a lot.
They wrote an article about you, I promise.
Yeah. Her name is Banny Taylor. I don't know if you ever heard of her, Banny Taylor. She was 104 or 5 when she passed away. And they came out to do the historians came out to talk with her about what caused her to live so long. She couldn't remember her age. She didn't know her exact age. She said that when they were born, they mark it on a tree. They just mark. They didn't have records. They didn't have stuff that we have today. So she said, and I was small, but I remember some of the things that she talks about and how she used to move around. But she was an old lady. Me and my wife gonna sing a little piece of
his
it.
song.
This is our song.
Maybe my last time. Maybe my last time. Maybe. But I don't know.
The last time we come together.
Maybe the last time, I don't know.
This may be the last time that we come together.
Maybe the last time, I don't know. Maybe my last time. Maybe my last time. Be my last time. Maybe my last time, but I don't know.
This may be the last time that we sang together.
Maybe the last time, I don't know.
This may be my last time that we sang together.
Maybe the last time, I don't know. Maybe my last time. Maybe my last time. Maybe my last time. Maybe my last time, but I don't know. Maybe my last time that we prayed together.
Maybe the last time, but I don't know.
It may be the last time that we walked together.
Maybe the last time, but I don't know.
Maybe my last time.